Okay, we're working linear inequalities in intermediate algebra. Let's start with 1/5 x plus a half is greater than or equal to 1/10 x. So much like if this were in just an equal sign here, we would solve this linear equation. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to what should I do? I think I'm going to multiply through by 5 and just get rid of this this 5 here. So let me just do that. I'm going to multiply through each term of this inequality by 5. So 5 times 1/5 is 1, so that's just left with x plus, and then this becomes 5/2 is greater than or equal to 5 times 1/10 is going to be a half. Right, so I'd just be multiplying 5 times 1/10, and that gives me 1/2x. Now I'm going to go ahead and multiply by 2 to each one of these terms to get rid of this 2 down here in the denominator. So 2 times x is 2x plus 2 times 5/2 is just going to be 5, and 2 times a half is just 1. So that was the whole idea. And now I'm going to subtract x from both sides. So I'm going to go ahead and write that step out. So x minus x is 0. And negative x plus 2x leaves us with an x plus 5. So now what I want to do here is I want to go ahead and subtract 5 from both sides. So we'd be having, let's see, we'd have x plus 5 minus 5 is greater than 0 minus 5, except I'm not going to write the 0 in there. So as you can see, those will cancel out to be 0. And I'm going to go ahead and write this up here. So we'd be left with x is greater than negative 5. Now somewhere in here I just now noticed that I have left off the other part of the inequality. Oop, don't want to do that. So x is greater than or equal to negative 5. So if you were following through, you were probably like, hey, you left that off. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and draw my number line so we can kind of get a visual of this. It's not necessary, but we want to do it anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and label negative 5 here on the number line, and I'm just going to arbitrarily put 0 here. Not necessary, but it gives you an idea of kind of where you're at. Now we want to include negative 5, so we're going to put a filled in dot. X is greater than or equal to. So everything to the right of negative 5. I've been doing this in a different color, but hopefully you can see that. Now remember, we've got interval notation also that we can write this out as. So remember, we're including negative 5, so I put a square bracket here. Well, I guess it's time for you to work on one. So let me draw one up on the screen. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and read this off. We have 8 minus 2x is greater than or equal to 2x plus 7. And I guess I'll be nice enough. So that's your goal. You want to try to manipulate this thing down so we get x is less than or equal to a fourth. Make sure you draw your graph and fill it in properly. And go ahead and write out your interval notation.